Hey guys, I just want to talk about this drama between Halle Bailey and DDG. So Halle was granted court-ordered protection from DDG after filing a police report on May 13th, citing that she had incidents of physical and verbal abuse from DDG. TMZ says in docs filed Tuesday in LA, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. And Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, as she tried to start a convo with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, B." Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle says she was in pain and crying, and although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her they'd take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with bruises on her arms to go along with her chipped tooth. She attached photos of her alleged injuries in her request for a restraining order. Still reading from TMZ, she also alleged DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom, and texted a pic of Halle's empty bed to her, along with the text, "Now I know what you've been on. LOL." Halle says she interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. So now I'm going to read the text messages that DDG sent Halle, which says, "Me and Halo is at the front door. Can you answer? If you're not home, just say that." And then he sends her a picture of her room with her empty bed. And then he writes, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL. You can pick Halo up from George. I have to go to work." Yeah, and this just seems kind of weird and just controlling to me. So still reading from TMZ, it says, 4 days later, she claims he really exploded when he came back to her house. Halle told him she and the baby were sick and she didn't want Halo to leave home, and she claims that's when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera, and ran away with Halle's phone. As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out his window and yelled to her, "Go get it, B." The incident prompted Halle to go file a police report, and she says she also has Ring footage to back up her side of the story. It was also around this time DDG claimed on X or Twitter he'd been fighting to see Halo for months. For Halle, though, the final straw came just last weekend when she said she was vacationing with Halo and her sister in St. Lucia. She says DDG texted her links to social media posts claiming she was on the island with singer Brent Faiyaz. Halle replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon." So I'm going to read some of these text messages. So DDG sent Halle a post that says pretty much confirms the Halle Bailey Brent Faiyaz rumors, keeping Hale away from DDG while Brent playing stepdad in St. Lucia is nasty work at academics. And it has a picture of Halle on the beach and then Brent Faiyaz on the beach. And then DDG writes to her and says, "This foul, bet." And then he texts her a post from DJ Academics, which says DDG can't see his son because Halle took Halo to go be with Brent Faiyaz in St. Lucia. Treacherous. And he says, "You think you hurting my feelings when you really just ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day, but just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. I'm on the same ish." I think it's really distasteful to do this on Mother's Day. It's like, oh my gosh, like, really? Continue with TMZ. The judge granted Halle a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away and gave her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. DDG also has to stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Halle claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. We'd reached out to DDG's camp. No word back yet, and he has not sent anything to this day. And this article was posted May 14th. So now here's a video of DDG supposedly finding out about this on stream. Go check out this video.
Saying GGTMZ. Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? Alright, I'm looking at her story now. What? Oh. All that. Don't even. That can't even be real. All that, bro. All that. But that can't even be real. That's the thing. But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not. No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from. Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being. But I don't. But hey, bro, we on stream, bro. Come on, like I gotta be. Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Don't even make no. All that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG. If anyone got anything to say. The fake narratives, man. Stop the bullshit. We don't want to hear that shit, bro. That shit's fake. Listen to R.
I feel like DDG already knew about these allegations before this video was made. I feel like he's just playing it out. So some people are saying that she's lying. So one DDG fan account says, I know you're lying, this video is in 2022. And it shows a picture of Halle from, I guess, an early video where her same tooth is just a little chipped. But her tooth as of recently does seem a little bit more damaged than the one that was shown from a supposedly earlier video. Also, some people are skeptical because they say there's no bruising or bleeding around her mouth if DDG supposedly threw her head on the steering wheel. So one account writes, at Halle Bailey, you effed up. You couldn't even fake this shit, right? How you get a text from the future? Laughing face emojis. But people defended Halle and said that happens when your messages are a day behind on your MacBook. So whether people think she's lying, she obviously had enough evidence for her to get a restraining order. But this is quite unfortunate, and this should be a cautionary tale about being careful about who you date and even have a child with. So that's all for this video. Tell me what you think about all of this. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.